Okay, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday. I'm David Paul. You're here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. We've got some bumpy weather coming in tomorrow, Friday, that will impact all of southeast Texas. Most of it just rain, but some of it may be heavy rain. And I think we're going to see a lot of that nuisance ponding and maybe some nuisance street flooding. But of course, if you're driving in it and it becomes a nuisance, you get street flooding, it becomes a huge deal. I think we're going to see a lot of that as we go through the day on Friday. And as we look at the setup, we can see where our storm system is right now, and it's here in northern New Mexico, southern Colorado, and it doesn't look like a whole lot on satellite and radar. There's a little bit of snow, there's some rain up there near Santa Fe, New Mexico, and that's about it. But you can see what's already happening. Out ahead of that system here, these are severe weather watches and warnings up near Wichita Falls and east of Lubbock. That looks like an active tornado warning just to the west of Wichita Falls this evening. Evidence of a twist in the atmosphere. And that twist can be revealed when we look at the upper level wind patterns as it stands right now. And there's your storm. That's the upper level trough that has become quite articulated as it dives through the southern Rockies. You can see the snow that's expected to expand tonight over the northern New Mexico Rocky Mountains, and the rain already beginning to develop out ahead of it. And we are expecting to see showers begin to develop in central Texas late tonight. And by morning, this is 6 a.m. Friday morning. What are your plans? You got to get up and get going? Check the radar with us first. We're on the air 4:30 to 7, and I expect we'll see at least some rain, if not some thunderstorms, already here by 6 in the morning. There's our upper level storm system. And notice how it's beginning to pinch off. This is going to become a cutoff low, and it will slow down its movement. It moves very slowly across Texas. It takes all day to go from here to here. So when it's still sitting over Dallas at 9 o'clock Friday evening, we're still looking at a chance for rain here, and that may impact your watch party for the Astros or whatever you're doing on Friday evening. We're going to be breezy and still a little bit rainy as the system takes all day tomorrow to move through. As far as a severe weather chance, it's low. It's not zero, but it is low. Now for the Houston area and north and east, up to Spring and the Woodlands and Kingwood and over to Liberty County, Polk, San Jacinto, Walker counties, Chambers County, Galveston County, it's a very low chance. It's a 1 out of a 5-tiered scale. So I think you'll see general showers and maybe a thunderstorm here. In the yellow area, again, it's a low chance, but the chance is there. It's a little bit higher that we see enough convection to get a little bit of chance for a severe storm. And I think the biggest severe threat is the heavy rain and straight line winds. But an isolated tornado is not out of the question tomorrow as we move through the day. Here's a more high resolution look at how the rain is forecast to go by Future Track. And it's interesting. This setup is very tough to really pinpoint. And I'll show you why. You can already see it here by 7 a.m. Friday morning. Scattered showers across the area, but the bulk of them forming here on the coast. We're going to have a little speed convergence at the surface, a little boundary set up somewhere near the coast tomorrow morning. And that very likely is going to become the focus for some heavy rain and thunderstorms and maybe some severe storms down toward the coast 7 a.m. So heavy rain even early in the morning. And if that does form, that may become the focus for our heaviest rain staying near the coast. And that could be very heavy rain. This is going into 10 a.m., so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Things haven't changed much. That's expanded, and the line of storms begins to approach from the west. But what often happens in this particular setup, if we do get this coastal trough, this coastal speed convergence to produce the heaviest rain, it can scavenge a tremendous amount of energy from the atmosphere and keep it from reaching this line. So that would weaken the line as it moves in. Still going to get rain, but it wouldn't be the severe weather maker. This would be where we would see some of the heaviest rain. So this is by 10 a.m. Friday morning. Most areas getting wet. We go into noon 30. Everybody's getting wet, some of this heavy rain. And notice this model run keeps the heaviest thunderstorms and perhaps most of the severe weather offshore. That would be a blessing. Although, keep in mind, this area that we had outlined in yellow to the south and west of Houston, El Campo, Wharton, Sugar Land, Missouri City, West Columbia to Bay City, this is where we may very well see some individual stronger thunderstorms, and I think the best chance for severe weather will be there. So as we head into the afternoon, Again, models take the worst of the weather off into the Gulf, still have plenty of rain around. Temperatures rain cooled in the 60s and low 70s, and everything's soaking wet by 2:30. And then going into 6 o'clock, the heavy storm threat pushes east, but we may still see some redevelopment of scattered showers across the area. Light, but scattered showers going into the evening and lasting deep into the night as the upper level low continues to spin up to our north. So that's the hour by hour timing of our rain threat tomorrow. How much rain? Again, models are suggesting that it may very well be the coast that gets the heaviest rain. 2¼ inches in Galveston is possible. Crystal Beach, 2½ inches. Anahuac, 2½. Beaumont, almost 3 inches of rain. But even inland, we could see some significant amounts. 1.5 inches at Bush Intercontinental Airport. Tomball, 1 1/3 inches. Conroe, about 1.5 inches. Sugar Land, 1.25 inches. We're still in moderately dry to moderate drought conditions across the area, so this rain would be beneficial for the ground and the trees and the grass and the shrubs, but if we get 1 inch that comes down quickly, we could easily see the ponding on the roadways and the minor street flooding, and that can absolutely mess up your day if you're trying to get around town and you got stuff to do. So be advised, tomorrow, most of the day, it is rain on the roadway that you will be dealing with. So as far as the severe threats go, what's the greatest threat? Well, they're all low, but I think a gust of wind, maybe to 40 to 60 miles an hour in some of the storms is the greatest threat. We're not going to see large hail with this setup, but we may see pockets of small hail. When you get these upper level lows coming in, what you have is it's a cold core low. So the atmosphere gets cooler in a hurry as you rise, and the freezing level is lower than normal. So storms that develop in that environment quite often produce a whole lot of, they get frozen raindrops aloft when they come down, and you get a lot of pea-sized hail that can come down in the heavier showers and thunderstorms. So no large hail, but pea-sized hail, we may have many reports of that. Tornadoes, it's a low threat, but it's not zero. This upper level low is putting a lot of twist in the atmosphere. We will have some upper level wind shear, winds turning with height, and that could cause some of these storms to spin up a few small tornadoes, so not out of the question there. The coast and the southwest counties, as we pointed out, have the greatest chance for that to happen. And then street flooding it's low, but it's there. Some of these downpours are going to cause some minor street flooding. As far as the Astros and World Series Game 1, which is just so nice to say, World Series Game 1. I like saying that. At Minute Maid, roof will be closed, but you know the Fan Fest, the couple of hours before the game outside Minute Maid will be wet. At the first pitch of 7:03, still a 50-50 chance for scattered showers. There will still be some rain around. We'll lower it to a 40% chance for showers as we head into the bottom of the ninth, maybe around 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock or something like that. So that's where we stand right now. Rain all day long on Friday. We'll be watching for severe weather. Download the KHOU 11 app, turn on notifications so you have a way to get severe weather updates if severe weather threatens where you are. We'll keep you posted there online. KHOU.com is always on and an updated resource for you. Go Stros and stay safe in Friday's wet weather forecast.